around, younglings. We have a story to tell ye.
And I've got some booze to drink.
Oh yeah, some Christmas booze. I mean, I feel like Christmas is just another excuse to drink alcohol. I mean, any holiday, really.
Yeah,
In the holiday
I
times.
think that just living is another excuse to drink alcohol, just
Yeah.
as a general rule.
Yeah. Now, I think the most important thing is to make sure this isn't empty. Because you can't have a good story without a good drink.
We will try it warm just to, just to get
Give it a go.
taste and see how it differs. But we will just try it at room temperature first.
Yeah, give it a go.
Yes. So I'm not going to remember exactly how this is pronounced, but it's like Glühwein or Glühwein or
yeah.
something along those sorts of lines.
Yeah.
The other names are mulled wine or Hippocras or there's so many different variants that have been passed down through the ages. So, yeah, all right, we'll have a little quick drink first, sip, and then we will keep going with our little story time.
Yeah, to be honest, I always thought of spiced rums and whiskies, but not a spiced wine.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, well, school.
Drink up. I like it.
Yeah.
It's-
Something a bit different and just sort of,
It's sweet at the start and sweet at the end, and also very nice. I can see why you would drink this around holiday times.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's good. So tell us a ye old story.
Back to the earliest recorded history.
Yep, yeah, okay.
Spiced wine, just drinking in general, seems to be popular since forever. Some of the earliest writings by the Romans were done in like the 12th century, probably even way before that one, because a lot of history was vocal history, which is kind of lost to us now. But because of that, there is so many different versions coming out of so many different places, that it's really hard to pin down where and why and how. So it does have a very sorted and unusual history over the centuries. And everyone's kind of put their own little twist on it over time. You get people like this one guy, Robert Mays, back in the sort of early 1900s, and he decided that with his red wine, he would put cream.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would actually go. We might have to just give it a go one time just to see it. But then in his recipe with like a gallon of wine, he would actually put in like a bit over a kilo of sugar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just like over a full kilo of sugar into his
that
recipe. Yeah, that would be immensely sweet.
Oh man, that'd be like a full meal too, I feel like. Get your sugar hit, get your booze.
Get the cream in there.
Oh yeah, got all your carbs and your fats, all you need. Just put a bit of bacon in there and you got everything. You got the 3 macros.
Even like Gordon Ramsay's got his own modern version of it.
Yeah.
It's sipped on Game of Thrones from Westeros all the way to the to the east and Andals and all that. So spiced wine is very super popular. One of the major ones that sort of you'll come across when I was looking at it was Hippocras. So the name seems to be attributed to the fact that the apothecaries at the time used to use Manicum hippocraticum.
Is that a spell that you're casting? I feel like Manicum hippocratum. I like it.
Yeah, your local apothecary would give it to you to help balance out your 4 humours.
Oh yeah, the old humours.
Yeah, the old humours. Yeah.
It was for medicinal purposes.
Yes, it was for medicinal purposes.
I could definitely see me going to the doctors many times to balance my humours out.
Yeah. Yeah, apothecaries back in the day, because a lot of these spices and everything else were actually quite expensive. Yeah. The apothecaries would actually give it out by the spoonful.
Oh.
And after it starts being used for medicinal purposes and curing what ails you, it was just such a popular drink because it's damn tasty too.
Yeah. Oh,
and used generally around winter time, heated up. The German translation, I believe, is basically like the glowing wine. Okay. Because they used to warm it up over just some embers and charcoals at the end of the fire. Yeah. So, speaking of that, let's try it warm.
Oh, let's do it. Did you heat this by the embers of a fire?
No, I used the gas from liquefied dinosaurs.
It's like the mythical LPG. I saw some steam coming off yours.
Yep.
Oh, that hot.
Yeah, it's a little bit warm, so...
It reminds me of like a hot roast tea or something like that right now.
Right, so...
It brings out a different flavour on the nose.
Yeah, the aroma, those volatile organic compounds really get released and excited and wrapped up.
It feels more fruity. A bit more floral. Floral?
Yep.
And fruity.
Yeah, those the clove, the floral clove, and that
Yeah.
really sort of pops out now.
Oh yeah, I reckon on a cold winter's day.
Yep.
Yeah, I could have this.
So not right now.
Yeah. Starting to sweat a bit. I like it. I never thought
Yeah, that is tasty.
if you invited me over and say we're going to have piping hot wine, I'd be like, the hell are you doing? But hey,
Yeah, that's not too bad.
yeah.
Yep. But when I was looking up the old Hippogriff one, because of all those like peppery spices and everything
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
and the quantities they put them in there at, one of the quotes was when they were trying to taste it, like, I can feel my pupils opening.
Man,
So
that
it
must
would have been
have...
quite a zing
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
Oh, that sweet, sweet wine. Very nice. Now, younglings, time for Papa Ed to tell you a holiday special story. Hogmanay.
Sorry?
I know, it's pronounced different to the way it looks written down. So just I'll put it out there.
Awesome.
There's a lot of A's and Y's and stuff like that. But Hogmanay is a Scottish tradition
Okay.
that has a lot of roots in other areas, such as the old Viking Yule celebrations and the likes as well. I think originally it was a 12-day celebration. That was kind of the Yule thing,
Sounds good to me.
hence the 12 days of Christmas.
Huh. Okay.
There was a lot of that Viking and other influences celebrating the end of the year, winter solstice,
Yes,
that whole
yeah.
shebang. And it was 12 days of debauchery, basically. Get
Cool.
hammered, eat good food, party, 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 which is pretty good. So then I think a lot of the Christians came to power and they said, hey, how about we alter the story? And then it became more about celebrating Christ and Christmas and stuff like that. But then around the 1700s, there was I think they called it the Three Kingdoms War. Anyway, big old war, and a new group rose to power and said, no more Christmas. Being a Scot, you're not going to be like, or anywhere going, okay, I can't drink at Christmas time. I'm just going to give up drinking.
That's not a reasonable request.
So it kind of became, okay, if we can't booze up at Christmas, let's just move it back a couple of days. New Year's celebrations. So now it's a New Year's celebration instead. So, we're following the rules kind of.
Yeah.
And we'll just get home in a couple of days later.
Okay.
And then it gets really massive. I think Edinburgh set the Guinness Book of Records for like the most number of people at like an outdoor piss up party event, like 400,000 or something like that.
Ooh.
And I think more people kept coming, and it got too out of hand, so they had to cap the numbers there or something.
Yeah.
Glasgow did not want to be outdid about bending rules. There's a rule about drinking alcohol outside, like in Australia as well, but this kind of little council area said, you know what, we're going to put an exception at this specific time. So I think it's like New Year's Eve at 6 p.m. It would go, okay, we'll let you drink.
Yeah.
And then I think New Year's Day, 6 a.m. is when the rule gets enforced again. So they basically give you a 12-hour window where go for the whole drink outside, little public drinking action.
Okay. Yeah. There's I suppose there is quite a few laws like that.
Yep.
Kind of like two up on Anzac Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only time you're legally allowed to
Gamble?
play it. Just
Was it gamble
gamble on the
with that,
street.
like out of a casino and stuff like that? So I like how there's those kind of like little twists and turns and if and thens. Actually, they, I think it was in Scotland, they were banned from celebrating Christmas in the 1700s. I think it didn't get repealed till 1950. Something like that. I think it was 1950 it got repealed.
Dude.
So yeah, there was just like, nope, no Christmas.
That's a long time without a Yule.
Yeah, so then they just pushed it back and just made it a New Year's Day celebration instead. So that's pretty exciting. And, if you're over there, you're going to have to drink some Scotch whiskey. I feel like it'll be a national travesty if you were not to have a little bit of Scotch whiskey over that time. I feel like it's got on those ones.
Yeah.
Well, brother, is that all?
Yeah, that's pretty much it then, I guess. So if you like that, why not like us?
If you like this format, we'll tell some more ye old stories of olden times or modern times or some other little subjects. As long as there's some sort of booze in it, which is most stories, have a little bit of alcohol somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, there's usually booze-fueled adventures.
Oh yeah. And we're the High Proof Brothers.
Oh, that just ran up to the back of my throat and punched my tonsils. It is. It's almost like I think it's is it? No, they're classified as straw, isn't it?
We're making port.